Welcome, Centurions. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to be extra helpful, hit that membership button and become a member today. We're at 8 members, 2 more, and we get 10. Think about it. Welcome to the Crimean Peninsula. Today we're going to be playing, of course, as Her Majesty's forces, and hopefully taking these Russians out one by one. As you could probably imagine, this is a bit of a larger battle than what we're used to. It's actually a battle within the campaign, and it really is deep in Crimea. So essentially, this is one of our larger armies, and we are facing one of the Russians' larger armies here with our men. Of course, this is going to entail quite a bit of just good old-fashioned movement. That is not how I want to send that guy out. Pardon me. There we go. And really, we just want to try and get to a position that's defensible. Obviously, this sort of townhouse, or let's just call it a farm, with a nice stone wall would be absolutely perfect. But as you can see, I mean, the enemy is not going to let up. One thing I like about the campaign here is it seems that in terms of the actual moves, in terms of the turns, we pretty much get as many turns as we need to move every single one of these units. There we go. Put them in the reserve. And let's get started. So, of course, for those of you that are fairly new to the history of the Crimean War, it's Prussia, France, Italy, Great Britain, and I'm sure I'm forgetting one more, essentially against Russia. So Russia all by herself. However, she was quite strong at this time, and obviously the Crimean Peninsula is on Russian territory. Definitely a tough fight for each and every person involved. In fact, some would say that Napoleon III of France really lost a lot of respect purely because of the Crimean War. That being said, folks, I don't want to have you guys sit through just marching the whole time, although if you enjoyed that just marching, let me know in the comments below. We will return when the armies make contact or when the armies meet up. See you soon. Well, guys, this is exactly where we stopped, right in front of the farmhouse. As I said, I put those cannons right in front. And one issue that I didn't even take notice of until now, really, is the enemy actually does have cavalry. Unfortunately, we do not. As you could imagine, that can lead to some pretty serious problems. What I'm going to do right now is just sort of fill up these gaps, hopefully fill up these gaps, and pretty much keep this defensive position against the enemy. As you can see, our cannons do not currently reach these guys, so actually getting over there is going to be challenging. Not to mention, it's a little too late in history for Armstrong guns, so we can't really do much with our guns. What I am going to do at the moment is just go ahead and move those lines up and hope that the enemy gets right into contact range. Let's go ahead and see what they do. You can see that not all of the enemy army is moving up. It looks like these 4 units are moving up. We've got some cavalry over there, just some standard shooters over here, some line infantry over here. Let's see exactly what they do. If they approach all at once in a big wave, or if they're just going to send, you know, little piecemeal attacks, which we can hopefully diminish and destroy within seconds. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, the enemy army is quite large in this fight, so I would expect them to try and use those numbers to their advantage. Although, as the British, this might be the largest British force I've seen in the game. It's pretty intimidating, I will say. They just get on that hill. I think they might expect us to move forward, and I have to say, with that unit alone over there, I'm kind of tempted to go for it. Just grab 3 of these guys, go straight for it. We should be able to hit them. You can see those guys right there got bogged down already. So they're going to stay put. And again, we'll return when we're really in contact range. I would move these guys forward, but they're actually bogged down. So I'm going to try to move these guys out, have these guys take their place. There we go. And we shall return when contact begins. Keep that powder dry, men. Well, we've got our first enemy units in range. It's just a cavalry unit, but of course I want to try and damage it. And I'm also going to try and get this infantry forward to assist in repelling that cavalry. Now, if I could shoot them down with this cannon, I would, and I can. So we're going to go ahead and take a shot right there. The same may not be true over here, but it looks like the enemy is actually moving that way, which is good for them. It means I don't think they're going to try to attack us with just that single unit. It also gives us time to sort of extend our line a bit. And in fact, unfortunately, that guy's bogged down. I like that feature, but the way it works is it's quite easy to get bogged down there in the mud. Boom! That's right, put those guns to work, lads. One more volley from over here, I believe. There we go. Look at that. Just tore away about a third of that cavalry. A little more than a third. And they are looking worse for wear. I think this here is going to be our chance to really knock it to them. But they're close, man. Look at how close they got. Like, right on our line. As you can see, they're also advancing up the road. I'm glad they're not advancing through the woods here in a frontal attack, because I'm not sure we could really withstand it. But what we need to do is just absolutely haul ass, fire with everything we've got, and diminish that cavalry unit before he can even attack. My suspicion is he's going to go for a flank attack immediately against those guns. I might need to start advancing with these guys. In fact, I think I will. First things first, though. Gotta completely destroy this guy, hopefully. Never so desperately had to destroy a unit. I thought they would be in range over here, but they've been smart enough to sort of stay out of range. However, I am going to start advancing here with our line infantry. These men have been training for ages to be part of this fight. And I think in the meantime, I'll try to start extending that line a bit. Why not? All right, folks, here we go. Good old cannonade should get rid of that cavalry unit. There we go. We didn't even need to waste so many shots, but luckily, ammunition is not an issue right now. And it looks like they are starting to spread that line out a bit. I think that if they're going to beat us, they're going to have to spread it out. There's just no other way around it. We'll have 2 units to their 1. We should be able to fight them out in the open field. Might lose some men, but I'm pretty sure we win this particular fight right here. The question is that advancing Russian horde going to be a problem? I'm sure they are. Yep, they're absolutely moving up their reinforcements. Is, however, our chance to just hopefully fire with those cannons. I think they're going to be out of range. Let me check. Yeah, they're going to be out of range. However, with the riflemen, as long as we push forward and take this risk, we can open fire, and I think it's about time. One thing to keep in mind, they've got a pretty nasty artillery piece over here. I'm going to start advancing that infantry unit over there, not necessarily to tackle the artillery piece, but let's just say it's a plan. We might go through with it. I should have probably fired this first. Go ahead and hit him with all of the artillery fire we can. Unfortunately, this guy cannot fire because he's behind another cannon. And since this was a campaign mode battle, I did not get to choose how many cannons I would have, how many infantry I would have, etc. You can, however, customize those armies. But this was the initial army I was given. Oh, I completely messed up here. Not sure what I did wrong. I definitely ordered them to fire. They're facing away. There we go. Yeah, not sure what happened there. I'm certain I had them fire facing the enemy. Alright, well, lesson learned. quite a large group there of enemies, and luckily our frontal hit managed to hit both of these units since they just moved into the tile. So we just need to put all our firepower on any units coming up that road right there. It's going to be the most important part here. Always check your facing units. I must have made a mistake, but I really thought for sure with the click, I was certain that we had gotten a shot on them. So what we're going to have to do next turn is face them and then fire. Yeah, it's going to be that, unfortunately. Fire. Fire. Pretty soon here we'll be getting a flanking shot on the enemy. In fact, look at that. We might be able to get a flanking shot right now. And as for the artillery directly ahead of us, unfortunately, I thought the stone wall would act as like something we could lay our cannons on. It seems that it's kind of getting in the way. Nonetheless, I'm going to direct all of my shots over here at that group. When you get a chance that good to damage the enemy, you've got to take it. There we go. And what I might even do, look at this. I'm going to push forward with our infantry as well. So at the end, the last part of our turn is going to be us pushing forward with that infantry. We'll also push forward with this infantry. If they force any of our units to retreat, it's going to cause absolute mass panic. Nice frontal hit there. Quite a few of our redcoats going down, but I'd like to think that with this volley here, we'll finish them off. For the queen, boys! And that broke them. Beautiful. So that's one group of enemies dealt with. Look at that cavalry. Got really, really close, unfortunately. Not too worried about the cavalry, though. Let's see what we do to the infantry unit. As long as we can damage him, greatly remove the amount of infantry there, I think I'll be happy. Although it looks like he's going to be just fine here. Just going to come down to how strong our line is at this point, I believe. First things first. Look at that. So we're hopefully going to be getting a bunch of shots here. Fortunately, that guy cannot fire. However, this guy, I'm going to direct fire at their battery, so get a little bit of counter battery fire. And you know what? I will take this hill. I mean, this is already a really nice position. Don't mind if I take it for myself. And while we're at it, we'll open fire here. Open fire over here. And we're even going to start advancing. Try and get an additional shot there with our men. I'll also start advancing on this side. Really want to try and control as much of the battlefield as at all possible. Let's hope we do a good job here. If that cavalry gets behind us, it's going to be a problem. Here we go. The frontal hit immediately broke that unit. Well, at least forced them to retreat, and our follow-up shot completely broke them. But those Russian cavalry are still directly ahead of us over here. Nice frontal hit, man. We are defending this position beautifully. I really like this farm location. Seems to just work out well for us, and hopefully this will be a victory for sure. We still got quite a few men approaching, though. So let's not count those eggs before they hatch. Nice. Love that. Another unit broken. That was a fantastic move right there. They actually moved their cannons forward. I can't blame them. In all the terror of battle there, the cannons actually advanced because they're just like, man, everything around us is getting killed. Look at that. Everything around us is getting shot. A few of our boys dead over there as well, but man, you have to be amazed at that result. So let's turn. We could almost even charge. It might be a better idea, but let's, for now, just stick to this. Opening fire. You can see what I'm going for over here as well. It's turned into a counterattack, essentially. We started off defending. I was really concerned with the amount of enemies present. But you know what? We are okay. I'm also going to advance with this infantry unit, but again, I'm not going to take the risk of attacking all together. Like, there are some piecemeal attacks I can do over here, or we're just going to call them advances. But to attack all together, I want to make absolutely sure we're in the right position. Nice. I'm amazed the artillery is still alive. And actually, they anticipated our infantry moving there. Nonetheless, we managed to force them back. As you can see, they simply retreated. And now with an overhead shot here from the hill, man, I can only imagine how many of those Russians are getting hit from up here. They're really trying to consolidate around that forest area. And we are just going to surround them and hopefully destroy them. I don't know what they were thinking going up this road. I think that was probably their mistake. Everything else seems to be exactly what I would do, but that was certainly a mistake. So we're going to turn our attention entirely to these units over here in the tree line. They are going to get a little defensive bonus for being in the tree line, and we'll also take some flanking shots from the cannons, but I think it's worth it. You know what? Can we go for a charge? Maybe this is something that Griffin only showed me initially that I thought we were going to be able to do, which is having your infantry units charge, or maybe only certain infantry units can charge. I suspect that's what's going on. All right, well, we don't have to worry about their cavalry, and we're doing fairly well. I am going to advance. I know I said I wouldn't, but I say a lot of things. Here we go. I'm even pushing our artillery forward, so I'm quite confident in our advance at the moment. And since this guy hasn't really been in range the entire battle, because of the wall, we'll push him forward too. Those guys in the tree line must be cursing their commanders. Yep, they're going to advance, although that's just going to put them in more danger. Instantly destroying that first line, of course. 3 cheers for our line infantry unit that was lost, though. Those guys are right there. They put up a tremendous fight, but they did fall to achieve victory for Her Majesty. Easy option here. What I do want to do, however, is start moving this guy up here. We should have done that before, because he's always going to be behind our men here. This is where we're also going to be in range of other units, so we'll do just that. And also, push forward over here with the line infantry. Look at that. We might even be able to tag them again over here. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. No, that should work. Huh. Alright, well, what we will do is turn that way, or at least start advancing over here. See, I'm able to do it with that unit, so I'm not sure if it's because of the tile placement. And look at that. We can get another shot, although I'm almost certain he'll be destroyed by then, so I'm just going to advance with the artillery. Yep, instantly destroyed. You can't survive long out in the open like that. I mean, what do you expect? I don't think the Tsar is going to be very happy. I hope not, anyway. Maybe they could still pull a rabbit out of their hat here. They do still have quite a few units, but I think we completely outnumber them at this point. We've shot down their best men. Certainly lost some of our own men in the process, but it was worth it to get this kind of result. I am a little concerned about these two units, though. Against them, they start firing volleys here, I could potentially see these two guys falling back or being destroyed. But then we've got these reserves ready to go, ready to assist. You can see plenty of enemies over here. So there we go, just immediately going for the shots. It's a shame we can't shoot this turn. Look at that. We get an artillery shot even from here. That's absolutely beautiful. What I'm also going to do is turn this arty. I probably should move him, but I'm hoping the turn will be sufficient. And we'll also start engaging the enemy artillery, just harassing them. What I really want to do with this unit is do a flank attack against those Russians. But if we harass this artillery, at least we'll wear down their numbers and we'll show them that they can't simply fire recklessly without getting some return fire. Let's do it. Should have moved that artillery up in retrospect. That's okay, though. Quick hit. I think these guys right here are tremendous. I don't think they have the unit tiles prepared yet, but I think they're skirmishers or snipers, something like that. Marksmen, maybe, but they're doing a tremendous job. Bullet is, of course, declaring victory for us. He really likes to do that, especially when I'm recording a video. Bullet, já chega, já chega. Yeah, he's a big fan of the channel, clearly. Nice. Oh, actually, almost fully broke that artillery. Now, of course, we'll turn our attention inwards. And fire. Really want to throw everything at this grouping here. If we can get an artillery shot, that's even better. Look at that, guys. Oh my goodness. How would you feel if you were these men right here? I don't think I would feel all that safe, to be honest. Can we get another shot? Oh my gosh, that's just not even fair. Let's see what happens. Wait a minute, before we do that, don't want to forget the enemy artillery over here. I was going to flank, but considering the amount of shots we're going to get on that unit, I don't even think we need to. There we go, side hit. Should break the frontal unit. Now we're going to be going for the reserve. Interesting. So when it switches to reserve, they don't fire. I wonder if that's how it's supposed to be, because of course you aren't targeting the same unit, right? You're targeting the unit behind him. But if that is the case, that should absolutely be fixed, because we should be able to just go ahead and pretty much shoot these guys off their horses. I know they don't have horses. It's just an expression, folks. It's just an expression, folks. Let's get to work. And I doubt they'll still be alive, so we will continue to advance here with this infantry. There is a chance they will be. I guess just to be safe, we'll do that. So essentially, if they're still alive, we get another volley, but I'm pretty sure we break them right here. Look at that. Tremendous job, boys. They're actually still hitting us over here on the hill with the artillery, and it also looks like they're calling our bluff. They're moving forward with this infantry unit. Really be a shame to lose those skirmishers after they have fought so hard to give us a victory. Now, the cool thing also about the campaign, guys, the casualties. We're going to get a list of casualties at the end of dead and wounded men. As you can imagine, since we're in enemy territory as the Brits here, it's a little tougher for us to deal with our wounded. But, of course, medical care during this time is just going to be pretty awful all throughout. I know I'm standing right in front of a cannon, but hear me out now, hear me out. I think we are on the verge of victory. So I'm not going to stress over it too much. Look at that line right there. Just so many enemy dead right there. Push that cannon up and push the men forward as well. Ooh, yeah, our skirmishers took a nasty hit. Destroyed. They actually destroyed our heroes here. At least a few of them got away, and let's hope that the wounded can be helped. They've just been such an asset to our army that it's a shame for them to go down in a counteroffensive like that. But they certainly did their duty, that's for sure. Just in case he hasn't taken enough damage, we'll do that. Move this fellow forward. Feel pretty confident now, though. Initially, was quite concerned. I think we've got this, though. Almost certainly. Though now the goal would just be to save as many of our men as possible. Whew. And with hits like that, that's hard to do. All right, beautiful. We at least completely broke that group. There's just a small group of enemy infantry left. See if they're in cannon range. Just barely out of cannon range. So let's keep it simple. Not even advancing with the rest of our unit, because that is pretty much a checkmate right there. Flanking shot into them. We've got some brave men on this particular battlefield, that's for sure. And there we go, my friends. That is going to be a victory. Absolutely awesome. And you're going to see here, look at that. So actually a killed and wounded screen. They do need to fix casualties there. But as you can see, 11,600 Russians dead to our 2,664. About 4,500 wounded on their side and only 636 wounded on our side. I think we certainly came out on top, and a wonderful victory for the Brits here. Always make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button for notifications, guys. And also consider becoming a member. It helps me so much and really makes me concentrate more on the channel, let's say, any given month. Thank you so much. Take care and have a great, great day.